Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Last time we left off, we visited the reopened museum, the art gallery, and trying to get more information about what actually happened with these incidents with the masked gentleman, including the big thing about the paintings coming to life. The curator tells us to go ask Miss Lapushka because she's saying she's a town gossip, but she's been there like the longest. She may know what's going on. And interestingly enough, she mentioned that a lot of the performers rented costumes from her, which is odd in the sense that, well, they're part of a circus. Don't you think they would have their own stuff? So now we're here at the big top, and we had some puzzles here, but let's go ahead and start talking to the ringmaster. Oh, crap, who has a freaking thing for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the One Ring Circus. I am Tyrone, your ringmaster.
Hello again. The rabbit you gave us earlier is doing quite well.
Oh, yes, the rabbit. Our family performance is doing just fine without that furry louse. Business is grazing its fingers along the firmament of the sky. Ever since Mr. Dalston hired us a month ago, we've been sold out.
A month ago?
Even as we speak, our star is performing in a big tent before a packed crowd. I really can't thank Mr. Dalston enough for his investment and for his trust in us. He even offered us prime location.
Tyrone, I was told that this circus rented a number of costumes from a local boutique. Looking around, I see no shortage of costumes. Can you explain this to me?
Underneath a face paint and a colored wigs, my performers are real people with real needs, my good man. They wanted to enjoy the parade and all the other festivities of the rest of the city, but as people, not as circus performers. So I procured them some wardrobe options. Is renting clothes a crime? For if it be so, then shackle my wrists, my good man.
No need for that. That was very kind of you to do that for your employees.
I have the heart of a lion, but the brain of a salmon who swims downstream. Perhaps you can help me with this puzzle here?
Yeah, the whole fact that he mentioned that they were hired a month ago and by Dalston? Floor seats. Miss A is complaining about the seat she had for last night's play. Can you work out where she was sitting? Let's see here. The 5 of us sat in a row with me in the middle. Talk about a fifth wheel. I'm already taking a look at some of these. Now, it's not to say that, well, there is no section that's just 5 seats, but the idea that she says that she was in the middle of it, like, even, like, let's just say, like, the first sections, like 1 and 2, on the left or right, is there a way to kind of contemplate what is the middle there? Because it's 6 seats, you know? Now, something like the 3rd or 4th section, we have 7 seats total, but I guess technically, 4 would be the middle seat. We'll see what else we got here. Of course, I got stuck behind some oaf in a top hat. I could hardly see the stage. Okay, so they're not... Now, let's do this. Well, let me keep reading. So, there were 4 seats between me and the aisle to the right. I needed the loo, but I didn't dare make a fuss. Since my view was blocked, I took looking at my ticket and noticed the seat number and the row number were 2 apart. Okay, well, she mentioned that there's somebody blocking her view, so automatically we know that. Switch that. She wasn't in the front row. Now, the idea that... There were 4 seats between me and the aisle to my right. Does that necessarily equal out the entirety of the right side? I'd like to think that's the case because, I mean, granted, I guess there is space there to the right, but it just doesn't sound like an aisle to me. So that alone... That's a lot of things we just canceled out. Now, she also says that the row number and the seat number were 2 apart. I still think that's the case as well, because the whole thing about being in the middle. But she was 4 seats away from the aisle. And her seat number and the row number were 2 numbers apart. So, I guess, in a sense, let's just say, like, we kept up, like, what? Rows 3, 4, 5, 6 on the left-hand side. Or row 3, so either that means that she was in seat 1, or she was in seat 5. Right? Because it's 2 apart. That's not going to work because the idea that she was 4 seats from the aisle. I guess there's another way to look at it. She has to be 4 from the aisle. Well, actually, you probably count that 1, 2, 3, 4, so... It's between those. Now, she said she was also in the middle. But obviously 3 is not 2 from 4. Same thing with 5. Now 6... If she sat in row 6, excuse me, row 6, seat 4, that equals up everything here. She sat in the middle. If there was 5, well, it's not like exact middle of the whole entire row, but she is still technically in a middle. And she's all the way in the behind, because she can hardly see the stage. That'd be a really huge thing if she was definitely all the way in the back. 4 seats between herself and the aisle to the right. And then the whole idea that her ticket was the seat number and the row number were 2 apart. So I think, easy enough, it's row 6, seat 4. 4. 4!
How about this?
Alright, I like those puzzles. I always do.
Puzzles are made to be solved.
I know some are a lot easier than others, but like the idea of like putting deductive skills in play, it helps. Right at the back. Oh dear, at first she seemed very fussy, but anyone could complain about that seat. I can imagine. Seats are expensive.
Quite impressive, my good man. You would make quite a clown. Or an animal trainer. Speaking of, please come and meet our resident white tiger, the fearsome and the ferocious Maurice. He's one of Mr. Dawson's favorites. His cage is right over there, and he longs for the company of good human friends.
A white tiger? Perhaps you can speak with him, Luke. I've never talked to a tiger, but I'd sure like to give it a try.
Thank you, Tyrone. We will talk with Maurice for a moment. Talk? With the tiger? Why, very well. I shall not shatter the glass through which you perceive the world. But that's kind of crazy. Careful now, his namesake was earned. He's not the fearsome and ferocious Maurice for nothing.
Alright. Where is he? Alright. Why does the tiger have a puzzle?
Looks sad. He's certainly vocal and sleepy looking. Not quite what I envisioned. According to Tyrone, he's fearsome.
And ferocious! Let's see if I can talk to him. I still think it's odd that you can talk to animals, Luke, but since it's helping our investigation, I'll keep my mouth shut. Thanks, I guess. I hope he's not mean. Don't worry, tigers are just big house cats. With sharp teeth as big as house cats. Well, here goes. Grow, go, go. Row, 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 row. Go, go. Row.
Well, I'm sounding like Opie from Family Guy without even trying.
Oh, I see. What is it, Luke? What did he say? He's having trouble solving a puzzle.
Bro. Why? Why? Oh, crap. Not these. Well, maybe it's a little bit different. I just get worried about the whole thing about, like, the jumping, the changing the rabbit color. We'll see. Kitty Solitaire. I used to play Spider Solitaire a lot. Lucky the black cat and her 8 white kittens are sitting on a 5x5 board. Both Lucky and the kittens can jump over any kitten that is on horizontally, vertically, or diagonally adjacent square. Jumping over a kitten removes that kitten from the grid. Lucky is safe, though, as the little kittens can't jump over her. Can you jump and bounce the cats around so that only Lucky is left sitting alone in the middle? This is gonna suck. So touch and hold the cats. They'll disappear if they're jumped over. Get rid of all the white kittens. So this is honestly just like the what puzzle am I thinking of? Like the ones with the marbles, really. This should be a lot easier considering that it's not that many. But that doesn't guarantee I'm gonna, do good at, do this correctly. What is going to throw me off is the whole diagonal thing. I felt like I had an idea what I just did, like over here. How'd I do that? That was close. I feel like I have that first step kind of down, but maybe not. I guess I would go all the way down to the bottom if I did that, wouldn't I? To have them right there in the middle is going to be bothersome, but I feel like I was getting there. How'd I do that again? I don't know if do I want to keep going like in corners like that?
I mean, I like that idea there. I keep hitting Alright, let's try it again. This doesn't seem like, oh my god, difficult, but... I mean, no, I can't go back down. No, I could. The problem is if I leave it like that, though... I don't think that's gonna work. I feel like I'm just like... They have... Who has to be... Do we have to be in the middle? Yeah, land back in the center, yeah. Well, I got rid of a lot of them, but not the way I wanted. Okay. Close. Oh, I think I just got it. There you go. Ugh.
Let me have a shot.
That wasn't like, oh my god, hard, but... Didn't,
No problem.
wasn't ringing a bell for me off the bat. Like, I should have realized it's like, well, hold on a minute. You know, like, if I kept putting the cat up there, I need to place one of the other cats in such a position that I can go back down. So, you managed to get all the kittens off the board and leave only Lucky in the middle. Do you think she's glad to be, glad to get some peace and quiet? As long as they're not, like, lost to the ether or something, I hope the kittens are okay. Another play already. Okay, Eve of the Carnival. That's not even a growl. Wow! Really? But what is it? Don't just say wow. It's rude. Maurice is good friends with Mr. Dalston, and he's not fearsome or ferocious at all. He's actually quite polite. He says Mr. Dalston brings him treats and scratches him behind the ears. Mr. Dalston was here just last night. He played Maurice after the show. Wow, who would have guessed? Dalston has always loved animals. So if the circus had a show last night, the circus members couldn't have been helping the masked gentleman. I don't think Dalston would risk losing customers by creating a masked gentleman appearance on the night of a circus show. So if Dalston was here with Maurice, then he couldn't be the masked gentleman. That's what the evidence suggests. So we're back to square one. At least we got an episode of it. Maurice the Ferocious. Oh man, there's a collection item I forgot to check all this time. Yeah, the Ferocious Beast. A stuffed tiger toy sold at the circus. It might pounce at any moment. This is actually pretty fitting that I see this now after meeting Maurice, but okay. And speaking of Maurice, supposedly ferocious Maurice is close friends with Dalston. Today, Dalston pays a visit with the usual delicacies in hand.
Tyrone, my good man. Hey, it's Mr. Dalston. Welcome to our humble circus. Please come in. I'm afraid the show doesn't start for a few hours, though. Oh, don't mind me. I just came by to drop off some snacks. Oh, thank you kindly, Mr. Dalston. I've got something special for old Maurice as well. Hey there, old boy. I brought some snacks for you. Is your tummy growling? Yeah, I thought as much. I hear you, Maurice. You know, I just don't understand it. That Lador's gaining on me hand over fist. His businesses have been thriving, and this master's been nonsense. I just don't know what to do. This masked maniac is going to ruin me. Tourists won't keep coming here if they feel they're in danger. Or will they? Ah, the city's just a pit of greed and cheaters. But it's my pit of greed and cheaters. You said it, Maurice. You know what? I'm gonna get you out of here someday. And how about if I name my next hotel after you? Would you like that? Ah, then we're agreed once again. If business starts to pick up, you'll have your own place.
Oh. I feel like I would do that if I had a lot of money. Like, I don't know, like the whole idea of like getting like animal sanctuaries, things like that. I feel like there is land, you know, across this whole entire country. Like, there's gotta be where we can build these like large acre sanctuaries for things like that. But some people disagree with that, absolutely, because I don't know. I hate the idea that people view animals as just like they're like, oh, they're just property, or oh, whatever, they're not humans. And it's like, I don't know. At the end of the day, they're living beings, you know, but some people won't change. But I feel like that, like, if I had a crap ton of money, that helping animals like that, I feel would be kind of rewarding. You know what? Because I got into like a weird Three Stooges kick not too long ago, just doing research on them, and I didn't know that Curly, I forgot his real name, unfortunately, but like one of the Howard brothers, he loved animals. And I guess like anytime they were traveling and he saw like stray dogs or animals, he'd rehome them. I'm like, that's beautiful. Eve of the carnival. On the eve of the carnival, Bunny stays up late having the time of his life with all his friends. 10 actions. It was the eve of the carnival when all the animals in the forest gathered to celebrate. Okay. Oh, I was like, why can't I do anything? How about go here? Bunny was so excited he could barely keep still. I mean, so far it seems like it might be cheer. Yeah, definitely cheer. Oh, okay. He hopped back and forth until he couldn't stand it any longer and decided to visit his friend the squirrel. Hopping back and forth. It could be prancing. After playing with the squirrel, Bunny went over to see the beaver. You want to look excited, so how about a little twirl? Well, I guess spin it is. Oh, excuse me. Okay. The two friends had a great time, and it was nearly dark before Bunny set off for home. On the way, he bumped into an owl. Well, would it be the bump, or would it be him going back home? I mean, we have a jaunt suggesting going back home. I was maybe thinking like, oh, he bumped into the owl. Oh my god, but I don't think it's conveying that. Maybe even chat, but once again, didn't necessarily say they were talking. Let's just go with jaunting in the essence of like, okay, they set off for home. I was just as excited as Bunny was, and he babbled on happily about the carnival until late into the night. That one sounds like chatter. That's interesting. They just have these ones where... Well, no, I guess that makes sense, where it's not really an action. They just have like a little intermission to just talking. It was well past midnight by the time Bunny finally got to bed. He sank into deep slumber and had blissful dreams about the carnival and all his friends. Come on, I hardly need to tell you this one. Yeah, you're tired. Slump. Why do I keep yawning, damn it? He was exhausted from all the fun, and he slept very deeply. Next morning, the sun was shining and the birds were chirping. He woke up with a start, his fur standing on end. Wait, like just were you scared? Woke with a start. I guess this sounds like, well, I wouldn't say shivering, but it's like I feel at that point like you know, like you kind of you jolt yourself awake sometimes. God knows I do it here and there. It was late. He overslept. What about the carnival? You've just woken up, but you're late, so look anxious. Maybe worry. He rushed out to join the fun, but he was too late. Oh no! Maybe you're sad, or the idea that you rushed. We can't say prance anymore. There is flee. I just don't like the idea it says run away in terror, but we are running. He's been so excited about the carnival and stayed up so late that he overslept and missed everything. You probably want to be squirming of frustration here. Maybe a stamp. Well, squirming of frustration. Oh, dear God. Let's... Boom. Alright, let's see what we did. It's the eve of the carnival. It was the eve of the carnival when all the animals in the forest gathered to celebrate. He was so excited he could barely keep still. He hopped back and forth until he could stand it no longer and decides to visit his friend the squirrel. After playing with the squirrel, Bunny went over to see the beaver. The two friends had a great time, and it was nearly dark before Bunny set out for home. On the way, he bumped into an owl. The owl was just as excited as Bunny was, and he babbled on happily about the carnival until late into the night. It was well past midnight by the time Bunny finally got to bed. He sank into a deep slumber and had blissful dreams about the carnival and all his friends. Bunny was exhausted from all the fun, and he slept very deeply. The next morning, the sun was shining and the birds were chirping. Bunny woke with a start, his fur standing on end. It was late. He'd overslept, but what about the carnival? He rushed out to join in the fun, but he was too late. He'd been so excited about the carnival and stayed up so late that he overslept and missed everything. I feel this is a crappy play. I feel bad for Judy at this point. And this is why, unlike dogs, you should never let sleeping rabbits lie. The end. Okay. I don't like that play because I feel bad for them, but so be it. I think you're starting to get the hang of this acting thing. Look how far you've come.
It's all thanks to you, Luke.
You did all the hard work. I'm not the one who has to go out on stage and impress Tyrone.
It's okay so far, right?
Sure, let's celebrate and try some dance moves.
Some dance moves? Is that like prancing?
Almost, yes. I suppose your kind of dance would be hops and jumps in a circle. There are loads of different dancing styles, though.
That sounds amazing. Show me.
Wow, you're getting right into it. Don't worry about the steps. Do what feels natural. If you work on that till the next play, we'll be sailing. I'll put it in a journal as jig. Now strut your fluff.
Yes, sir.
We got jig and slink. A spin and then a backflip. It might work if he stands up and I rub him from head to tummy. Oh crap, not standing up again. That's gonna suck. He already learned Slink. Sneak with intent. He easily does it, and don't make a sound. Use this action in moments of suspense. What are you upset about, buddy? Can I ask you something, Judy?
Of course. Fire away, Luke.
What would you do if you were attacked by a bad guy?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun at all. I'd be really frightened. But if someone tried to be mean to me, I'd wallop them with a bunny kick.
A bunny kick, you say?
Yep, I just push out one hind leg and send them flying. Why would you ask that, Luke? Did something scary happen?
No, not at all. Though the prospect of a bunny kick sounds scary enough. I just thought it might be a good action to add to our growing list. It sounds even better than what I expected, actually.
Then I'll have to try to perfect it. The whole circus is going to see me kicking an acorn for 10 yards with a bunny kick.
That far? Then it's a must for the Rabbit Journal. Bunny kick. To kick, he would have to stand up. Then I could try tapping rhythmically to his left to his left or his right. All right. Well, I guess the big problem's getting his butt to stand up. How'd I do it again? Now, see, every time I do that, he just keeps flopping over. No, don't die. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm like ever so slightly. So I think that's the thing. Like I tried doing like very slightly, like push up, but that's what makes him flop over. If you do it like in a nice steady motion, that seems to work. So jig. They said like rhythmically, right? On his left or right. I mean, how much more of a rhythm do you want? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? I'm just gonna tap like crazy. Okay, I gotta read up on that one again. What was the other one though? Like patting him on his head or something? Crap! I just brought him back down. I'm pretty certain. Was it not his head? Jesus, okay, that was a lot. Wow! When did you learn to dance like that? I don't think the ringmaster will be able to ignore this.
I don't know. You've done so much to help me. Thanks, Luke.
I only guided you. You're the one who stuck at it. And you worked your little mitts off.
What are mitts?
Oh, don't worry about that. You just keep it up. You look so happy doing that. Okay, this one's going in a rabbit journal. If you use it for happy moments, you can't go wrong.
Happy times, zippy!
Okay, that's jig. Now, what the hell is the other one? Didn't it say to like his left side or right side, or did they mean on his left, like to his left? Like I'm touching him. What about like over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I wasn't even doing arithmetically anymore. I was just tapping like crazy. That worked.
I rarely ever use a bunny kick, only when I'm threatened. Do you think I turned into an art form yet?
Oh yes, you could even call it the mighty art of bunny kickboxing. And I bet you'd beat all the bad guys with a bang. Just like in kung fu films.
Whack! Pow! Hee-yah!
That's the spirit. The secret technique of yours is going to Rabbit Journal.
Careful not to smudge it.
Nice. So we got the bunny kick is a fierce kick only for rabbits. I see it now. Bunny kickboxing, the world-class martial art. Use this at dramatic moments.
And then... oh, here's Jig.
A gleeful, lively dance. With these moves, you could easily be a street performer. Use this for overwhelming joy. Well, that was fun. How the hell I've been recording for 35 minutes already? What the hell did I do in my life? Anyway. Well, that's that. Let's just head the fudge out of here. Oh my, it's already dark out. I completely lost track of time. Professor, according to his warning, the Master Timid's next appearance will be happening soon. Let's get to the Gallery Plaza. Okay, but before we do so, look who it is, our very first puzzle giver, who has another puzzle for us. Hey, do you like circuses? Have a flyer. One Ring Circus, live circus performers. Oh, it's you guys. Hello, I'm just passing out flyers. Again. And still, see these flyers with a cute little bear sticker? Wait a minute.
What'd you do? Dandy bears.
Here's a 3x3 grid of some very dapper teddy bears indeed. It looks like they're arranged in a kind of pattern. Which bear fits into the empty square? A, B, C, or D? Well, damn it. My idea was like, it has to be a brown bear. It's going diagonally, but it's like, it doesn't matter because all the choices we have are brown bears. Well, they all have some type of hat on. I guess they all have some type of glasses. Well, not all of them. The choices we have, yes, they do. Now, the thing is, anytime I see things like this, do we go, like, from left to right, or we go from top to bottom? Typically, at least what I do, I always go from, like, left to right, and then go to the next row. So, I mean, it does go brown, white, brown, white, brown, white. Now, looking at the bears that we have out of selection, I do notice that only one of them has a bow tie, and the others have, I guess, a different type of bow, but not like your typical bow tie. No. Because there's two blue bow ties that come right after another. Is it a glasses? Glasses. Sunglasses, no glasses. Sunglasses, no glasses. Glasses, no glasses. Glasses. No, then the others have either sunglasses or the regular glasses. I mean, could it still be, like, where it is diagonally? We're just going to find, like, what is added or changed? Because if we do that, then the top left brown bear has that same, like, green and yellow bow tie. He has glasses on. Diagonally from them, he doesn't have glasses. But if we go from the other diagonal... Well, granted, it could be A, B, or D at that point, but B and D are the only ones that have the same bow tie. D is a little different, though, where they have sunglasses. B is just a repetition of what we have in the top left, which I guess by itself would mean that we probably won't choose B at all. Maybe I should have thought about that. I think off the bat we know that it can't be B, because B already exists. What the hell's another pattern here, though? Like, I'm trying to see, like, what's different. On each row, they're all wearing different types of hats and bows. And wearing glasses or not wearing sunglasses. Same thing with the second row. So maybe that's it. Like, we just gotta find one that's like a slightly different in appearance. Like in the bottom row, the hat that they're using, I guess we wouldn't want a top hat, so I guess it wouldn't be C. So I guess, what is it? I guess it's a beret. So maybe A, B, or D. But then the glasses, that's already being worn by the one in the middle. And then the blue bow tie is the one on the left. So I guess that does still leave D. I guess no matter how I look at it. Frankly, even if I go vertically, I think it's the same thing. They're all dressed slightly differently. Nobody repeats. The only one that will work is D.
I believe I have this one. An excellent puzzle.
Yeah, that shouldn't have taken me as long as it did. Those crafty dandies have arranged themselves so that no two bears in the same row or column are wearing the same hat, glasses, or ribbon. Yeah.
Phew, that was a close one.
Putting up posters and passing out flyers sounds like a tough work.
It sure is, but I've got a plan. If I could fly like the masked gentleman, I could hand out flyers from the sky. I'd hand out all the flyers in seconds and spend the rest of my days zooming around and fighting crime. Then I'd get promoted and I could wear a clown nose.
That's an interesting plan. How are you going to fly?
I haven't got that far, but if you find the masked gentleman, can you ask him about it for me?
That seems like an unnecessarily dangerous way to hand out flyers. I recommend sticking to the ground.
You're probably right. I just remember that I'm scared of flying anyway. I'm scared of noses too, now that I think about it. When it comes right down to it, I just don't feel like all that comfortable when I'm around flyers.
Alright then. You know, anytime I think of a clown nose now, I think I mentioned this story before, but like when I went to one of my, the local, entertainment convention here in town, I met, Allison Court, or is that, I believe her name? Yeah, but so, in the video game world, she played the original Claire Redfield, I think up to Code Veronica. She also played Jubilee in the original X-Men. And for me, what really hits home for me is like she played Lunette, the clown, in Big Comfy Couch. I loved that show when I was a kid. Like growing up, it was just super idiotic to me. It wasn't a dumb show. I just really enjoyed it as a child, So here I am, like 30-something years old when I saw her. Like, it was a couple of years ago. I think it was 2 years ago when I last went, and that was the only celebrity I had to meet. Like, I was like, hi, she's like, hello, and like she was super duper nice, and I'm like, I love your work. I love, her voice work, and I was like, but, really, I grew up a Big Comfy Couch. She was super happy to hear that, because I guess that was her big role when she first started in entertainment. So, what's funny, we took a couple pictures, and then she's like, oh, wait a minute. She whooped out her clown nose from Big Comfy Couch. I geeked out like an idiot. Like, I guess it's just the whole thing about nostalgia. It was endearing to me, but once again, she was super, super sweet. Alright, what the hell's I doing again? Oh yeah, her to the Gallery Plaza. Well, before we do so, we can head over to the left, and we can talk to, I guess it's like Dalston's butler? But he has a puzzle.
I'm sorry, but you dismissed Mr. Dalston. He left for the plaza. I'd hate for you to leave empty-handed, so here's a puzzle I know. Alright, spectacular views. There's a special way to arrange these jewels. Can you work it out? So viewed from the north, the diamond is to the right of the ruby, and the emerald is left of the sapphire. From the east, the emerald is to the right of the diamond. This is gonna be fun. From the south, the ruby is to the left of the sapphire. And from the west, the sapphire is on the far right. The ruby's on the far left, and the two jewels lie in between. What's the easiest one? Like, I want to say, like, maybe already, like, from the south would probably be the easiest. Ruby is to the left of the sapphire, which already is, technically, right? From the west, sapphire is to the far right, and ruby is to the far left. I mean, if we keep the same row, it doesn't have to necessarily be correct, but well, we can try that. Now, from the south, the ruby's to the left of sapphire, which still holds true. So technically, 3 and 4 fit right now. Now, from the east, the emerald is to the right of the diamond. So like that. And from the north, the diamond is to the right of the ruby. The emerald is left of the sapphire, so we just spread it out a little bit more. Is that it? I mean, I feel like I met the criteria. From the north, diamond is to the right of the ruby. Emerald is left of the sapphire. Yes, from the north it is. From the east, the emerald is right to the diamond. Correct. From the south, the ruby is to the left of sapphire. Yes. From the west, sapphire is to the far right, ruby far left, and the two other jewels in between. Yeah. Wow, no, I think that's it. Once again, I like these
Just
deduction
a
type
dash
of puzzles.
Puzzle solving here. A fine puzzle for a gentleman.
Nice. You need to arrange the jewels as shown. Clues 1 and 3 tell you the order of the gems from west to east. 2 and 4 tell the order from north to south.
Well done, sir. Shouldn't you be making your way to the Gallery Plaza?
My thoughts exactly. Alright, I guess we can go ahead and do so. Start making the trek to the plaza. This is why I kind of wish that we were able to, like, you know, just make long treks, but it's not like it takes a long time.
What's that, masked gentleman? Do you want me to read your rights? How about a couple of lefts? What-pow!
Hard at work, Grosky?
Just practicing my police talk. If you're looking for Bloom, he's off arguing with Sheffield somewhere.
Is there a problem?
These country bumpkins don't know the first thing about police work. We should be evacuating everyone from the plaza. No matter, I'm going to arrest the villain as soon as he appears.
Very good, Grosky. Well, you do that. Is that... Oh, that's Angela.
Angela, what are you doing here?
I was worried, Herschel.
But it's dangerous here. The masked gentleman could appear at any minute.
If something is going on, I want to see it. We received a warning letter. It instructed Henry and me to come here. There seems to be more tourists here than usual. How do they know about this? Aren't they frightened?
Curiosity can be stronger than fear. Do you think he'll show up, Professor? It faded to black. He's gonna show up?
Professor, look up there!
5, 6, 7, 8. No one can escape their fate.
He's walking on air.
How is that possible?
I don't believe it. It can't be.
What is he doing up there?
Is this really some type of magic?
Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. Leave the deception to your local leaders. Time to wake up, Monte d'Or, and get enlightened.
They disappeared.
I hope you've enjoyed tonight's dark miracle. I strive to please. Monte d'Or is not long for this world. Those who prosper by the mask must also wither by it. I do hope you'll be at my next show tomorrow. Stop by Pumpkin Park if you have time.
Pumpkin Park? That's the amusement park here, right?
I believe so. And with that, we have advance warning of the masked gentleman's next move.
Ah, and look, it's the beautiful wife of the richest man in town. Say hello to Mrs. Angela Ledore. Mrs. Ledore, please grace us with your presence tomorrow. I suppose you can bring Mr. Ledore, if you must.
How does he know me?
Oh, and don't forget to tell the tourists that the town is cursed. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier. Those who stay jeopardize their lives. But those who leave risk missing the greatest show ever. My curse can be lifted if someone brings forth something to oppose my power. Perhaps another mask? But the mask of order is another tale of woe, isn't it? Until we meet again!
The Mask of Order?
What is this Mask of Order?
Is it some sort of compliment to the Mask of Chaos? Could that mean...
So if we can get that mask, then we can stop the masked gentleman?
Well, that's not going to be an easy task. The existence of the mask has never been verified. Is this true, Herschel? Can this other mask stop this madness?
I wonder...
Well, what do you think, Layton?
I keep forgetting that Alphonse's voice is just a little higher than I'd expect. Man, I mean, it seems kinda obvious who the masked gentleman may be, but I don't want to go that route yet. I know others may be thinking the same thing, but let's just hold off until it's actually revealed. We got a couple more mysteries. The Mask of Order. Donald Rutledge's Ancient Histories tells us of a Mask of Order, a counterpart to the Mask of Chaos. If it's going to negate the powers of the Mask of Chaos, it could be the key to stopping a masked gentleman. But how to find it? I have my doubts about the Mask of Chaos and its powers, even more so when it comes to a mask that can counter it. And the levitation incident. After apparently walking on thin air, the masked gentleman lifted onlookers into the air before making them vanish altogether. What tricks did he resort to in order to pull this one off? Those people appeared to be swallowed up by the night sky. What was the trick here? Every incident so far has involved a number of accomplices. This one's surely no different. So I will give my theory on this one. Well, him walking in thin air, I don't know. Now, I know that they kind of pulled off that trick with like Chris Angel, them walking on water. Apparently, it would be like plates of very thin glass that make it look like it's not there. So I thought anyway. Not sure if you can do the same thing in the air, unless maybe, because it's dark, maybe they don't see the plates of glass. Now, them levitating. I thought, like, oh, okay. Fishing line. Really, really strong fishing line. And, well, what I don't get is how it could have got on. Maybe there were people walking about and they just hooked on to people's clothes without them realizing, but it seems like you're going to put a lot of people in jeopardy by doing that, you know? What happens if the damn thing broke or their pants ripped or something? Then you're on the hook for murder. But that's the only thing that comes to mind right now. I was going to say, I hit okay, didn't I?
What is going on here?
Alphonse Dalston.
What?
You are suspected of crimes against the city of Monte. We'd like you to come with us.
You can't do this, Sheffield. I have my rights.
Henry?
Henry, I knew it was you! You set me up with this stupid letter just to get me out here, because you're not man enough to face me yourself! Coward!
As long as I live, this city will not be harmed. The rest is irrelevant.
I'm arrested, a masked gentleman now! Chief, he's getting away. Shall we pursue? Let Grosky chase after that masked lunatic. We have the mastermind here. Yes, sir. Now then, the jig is up, Dalston. We know you're behind all this. We just don't know how exactly.
Oh, wow. Just blatantly saying you don't know, but we're going to take you in anyway?
You can't be serious, Sheffield. Layton, back me up here.
Chief Sheffield, if I may, the evidence we have at this point suggests that...
Layton, your personal connection here means you're too close to this. No offense, but I believe your judgment is clouded. The truth is, Dalston is in love with Mrs. Lador. He has been for years. That's why he's trying to bring Henry down.
Chief, with all due respect, I must say that theory is preposterous.
Keep your respect, Layton. I'm making an arrest. How shall we play this, Dalston? I'll go with you. I have nothing to hide. We'll see about that. I want to say something to Henry. At least grant me that. Fine, but make it quick. Henry, I knew you were a no-good sneak, but this is low even for you. Setting me up like this, with a man who has everything stop at nothing?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
18 years ago, you sent Randall into those ruins. Yeah, I knew about that. I knew what you do to people who get in your way. Accidents can be so convenient, eh? You're the lowest of the low, Henry. After Randall was out of the picture, you took out all the treasure for yourself. Funny how that worked out.
Your nonsense doesn't dignify a response.
And as if that wasn't enough, you forced Angela to marry you. Do you really think she loves you, after everything you've done? Angela may be your wife, but I know not a day goes by that she doesn't blame you for Randall's death. You stole the treasure. You stole Angela. You stole Randall's life. You couldn't be more wrong. Really? Then ask her. Ask Angela who's behind the masked gentleman. Your own wife is sabotaging your little town right in front of your nose. That's enough, Dalston. Let's go. This isn't over, Lador. You'll pay for this.
Henry.
Don't, Angela. It's fine. Let's go home.
All right. Come on. Oof. Okay. The chapter's actually almost done. I just got to talk to Bloom here.
Professor Layton, you look troubled. Is there something on your mind? Alphonse Dalston is an innocent detective.
We have a witness who can prove it!
Bring this witness here, please.
Well, I don't think we can.
Yes, that might prove difficult. But even without the witness, the evidence suggests that Dalston is innocent. If Dalston is innocent, then the real perpetrator is still out there somewhere. Now that we have Dalston in custody, if another dark miracle happens, we'll know we'll have the wrong man. I'm sorry, but this is the only way. Please join us tomorrow morning for Dalston's interrogation. Good night. Well then, I suppose that is that. Let's retire to our hotel for the night.
Okay. Professor, will you continue your story about Randall the Mask? We might be able to learn something useful.
Very well. Where were we? Ah, yes. The Mask of Chaos. Randall had discovered an ancient code that led to a very large puzzle. Little did we know that solving it would set off a chain of events that would change all of our lives together. Forever, I should say. Puzzles! And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a perfect time to go ahead and call it an episode for today. I don't think I really played for 11 hours, 17 minutes, but okay. Next time we'll begin Chapter 4. Angela's Tears. Oh no! What are we supposed to make of this?
What is this, Randall?
Oh, it's nothing! It's only the great secret of the Norwell Wall! The Norwell Wall? What about it? I'll tell you what about it! I, Randall Ascot, have cracked the code of the Norwell Wall.
But people have been working on that for years, Randall. Are you certain about this?
Well, this certainly isn't the reaction I was hoping for.
Come on, this is big! The Norwell Wall's a major find when it was first discovered. Sainsbury's on the verge of fading into obscurity, and with this, will be the talk of England again.
Now wait a second, Randall. If you really discovered a secret, why didn't you tell us about it earlier?
I had to be certain. It wasn't easy being so patient. I couldn't wait to see the looks on your faces. These unimpressed looks. Well, that will change. Look, as we all know, the ancient Norwell Wall lies in the outskirts of town. It was discovered when developers were clearing out the forest there 30 years ago. All sorts of experts flooded Sainsbury, hoping to be the first to decipher the ancient script carved into the wall. And they all failed. For years, no one could figure it out. Eventually, everyone assumed there was no solution. It went from big news to a mere novelty over the years. But that's about to change. Because of all this. How do you solve it, Randall? I could tell you, but I'd much rather show you. Let's go. To Norwell. What? Now? You want to go to the Norwell Wall now? We can't do that. Why not? No risk, no glory. Look, let's just slip out of here now, and we'll argue about it on the way there.
Wow, okay. And I maybe I mentioned it before, but having a rabbit or Judy appear there simply means that there's something to find on this screen. Yes, it is completely less helpful compared to all the other games in the series where our animal companion would literally point out where a hint coin was or maybe a puzzle, but it's just different here. So, next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll really dive into Chapter 4, probably cry a little bit if we think we know what's happening here, but we'll just see what happens. So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Love you all so much, and don't forget to spread that love around. Have a great day, everybody.